It's not easy building an itinerary for a dream vacation in Paris because there's so much to see and do, and we want to do it all. But all too often, people put together itineraries that are overpacked and just unrealistic, or they miss out on must-see things because they overslept from the jet lag. So we put together the itinerary I wish I had on my first trip to Paris, so you can travel with confidence and ease and not stress out about wasting time and money or missing out on some of the best experiences that Paris has to offer. And we've included 4 perfect days, so you can choose the one you like best. Allez, on y va.
Before we talk about your itinerary, we need to address the elephant in the room, which is where to book your hotel in Paris. People want a hotel near an attractions, but the attractions are all over the place in Paris. Taxi and Uber are available just like in the US, and the Paris Metro is quite effective and easy to use once you know how, especially during peak traffic hours. And we've done videos on both about taxis and how to buy a metro ticket and navigate the system. So pretty much wherever you book, you'll be able to get easy transportation to the sites you want to see. Now, if you haven't booked your hotel yet, we've put together a list of 125 hand-picked hotels all around Paris with places in different price range to make it easy for you. So Colleen, give us your first perfect day in Paris.
For my first perfect day in Paris, I would start right here at the Louvre. It's the world's largest art museum with the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, and the iconic glass pyramid. And it's right in the center of town, so it's easy to get to from anywhere. The museum started limiting the number of visitors per day, so we definitely suggest buying a time-stamped ticket in advance, or better yet, book a guided tour with a professional so you don't get lost. And trust me, that's easy to do. And you'll find links to some of our favorite guides and trusted people to give those tours on our website, and there's a link in the description below.
Next, I would grab lunch in a nearby restaurant around Le Louvre, and there are tons of options around here, like Delera Cafe or Louis Cafe.
After lunch, I would head over to the Palais Royal, which is King Louis XIV's childhood home, and where you'll find the royal gardens and the iconic Instagram-famous striped columns. Next, let's head over to the Tuileries Garden. These royal gardens are an amazing place to take a stroll. This is also where you'll find the arcade-style summer festivals and the largest Christmas market in all of Paris, right over here. And if you're lucky enough to be here when they're going on, take the time to go on the giant Ferris wheel because the views from the top are stunning.
After the Tuileries, head over to Place de la Concorde. This is the largest public square in Paris, but it's probably best known as the place where the guillotine executions took place during the French Revolution, including Marie Antoinette. It's another excellent place for photo ops, with the fabulous fountains, a view of the Eiffel Towers, the Champs-Élysées, and the Arc de Triomphe. And as a side note, off to the northwest corner is where you'll find the US Embassy.
Next, let's walk in the direction of the Eiffel Tower and take a stroll along the Seine.
So pretty quickly, you're going to get yourself to the most photographed bridge in Paris, which is the Bridge Alexander III. And you're going to want to give yourself some time to enjoy the view and the photo ops that are all over the place. Next, we're going to walk this way between the Grand Palais and the Petit Palais and head towards the world-famous Champs-Élysées. Let's go. This prestigious avenue connects the Arc de Triomphe to Place de la Concorde and then Le Louvre on the other side. And it is one super expensive place. It's full of luxury shopping and a great place to spend a lot of money on a Coke and an ice cream. Before you sit down in that terrace cafe, check the prices. From there, walk over to the Arc de Triomphe. You'll need to get a ticket ahead of time to go to the top. And you'll need to go through an underground walkway to get to it because the Arc is right in the middle of a huge intersection. If you're wondering if it's worth the trouble to get there, it is. The view from the top are amazing. Now, to wrap up your day, I would finish with a nice dinner nearby. Again, you can check out our videos or restaurant guides for suggestions, but I would definitely get a little bit away from the Champs-Élysées unless you're looking for a pretty expensive meal that may not be worth it. You can find some nice gems like one of our favorites, Chez Savy. Now this was a long day and your legs are probably very tired. It's not unusual to log in 20,000 steps a day here, but this is a great way to see the town. Head back to your hotel to get some rest. Tomorrow is another big day. For the second perfect day, I would skip the hotel breakfast and head to the nearest boulangerie for a chocolate croissant or another fabulous pastry for a nice morning picnic. Now make sure the one you pick says artisanal boulangerie. That means they are held to a higher standard of quality and freshness. We have a guide for the best bakeries in Paris too, if that's something you want to get. Then I would head to Notre-Dame Cathedral on Ile de la Cité in the middle of the Seine. The cathedral has been closed since the devastating fire of 2019. It is set to reopen in December 2024. So until then, you can only take pictures, but it's totally worth it. Next, I would head to the magnificent Sainte-Chapelle with amazing stained glass windows. You will need tickets to get in, and I would recommend that you buy them in advance. Now, Sainte-Chapelle is fairly small, so this won't be a long visit, but take it all in. Those stained glass windows are breathtaking. You won't want to miss it. After that, I would head towards Les Jardins du Luxembourg and grab some lunch on the way. There is no shortage of great restaurants and street food options in that area. And like any popular city, there are plenty of tourist traps as well. So plan ahead. And a place that we like very much in the area is Le Prince Racine for classic French food.
After lunch, I would take a stroll through the Jardin de Luxembourg, where you'll find the beautiful Medici fountain, the sailboat pond, lots of places to play and relax, and one of the 4 statues of Liberty in the City of Lights. If the busy pace of your travels is taking a toll, take some time to relax and soak in the peaceful ambience. Lots of locals come here on their lunch break to take a nap, read a book, or just people watch. Next, I would take the 10-minute walk to the Bon Marché department store. And while the store is nice, the real thing to come for is the Grand Épicerie. There's actually a whole grocery store in here. It's a small one, but it's right next to the deli part, which is just behind the area where you'll find the most amazing dessert, because they're beautiful, but they taste even better than they look. From here, you can take the 20-minute walk to the Eiffel Tower, but we're gonna take the metro from Sèvres Babylon to Le Mot Piquet Grenelle. Head to the Champ de Mars, which is the big lawn behind the Eiffel Tower. This is a great spot to sit and relax or even have a picnic.
Now, this is the place where you may encounter pickpockets and scammers all around the Eiffel Tower and the Trocadero. Check out our video on the top scams in Paris so you know what to look for. Now, for many people, it's enough to see the Eiffel Tower. But if you want to climb up the tower, you'll need to purchase your tickets in advance. The views from the tower are spectacular. Take it all in and enjoy. And again, there are links in our website with information on how to buy tickets. From there, go across the bridge to the Trocadero. Some of the best view of the Eiffel Tower are from the terrace of the Trocadero. This is another great photo op. Now it's probably time for dinner and you have plenty of options. On the Eiffel Tower side of the bridge, we love Les Cocottes and La Fontaine de Mars. Now this has been another long day. Your feet probably need the rest, and this is now when you're thankful you brought great walking shoes. Time to get back to your hotel and get some rest.
For day 3, let's start right here in Montmartre. And depending on where you're staying, it takes a little time to get here. And there are lots of stairs and cobblestone streets, so good walking shoes are a must. And Montmartre is the bohemian part of Paris. This is where the movie Amélie was based, and it's the part of town where you'll find street artists and performers, and it's the home to Moulin Rouge, Sacré-Cœur, and the Place du Terre. And the best way to experience Montmartre is to walk through it. I would start the day with a walking food tour. That way you can taste the flavor of the local neighborhood with a local expert to help you get through most of it. And there are plenty to choose from, and our favorites are included in the activities page of our website. Needless to say, we recommend the food tours by Vincent. He's Antoine's charming brother, but besides that, he's really knowledgeable and an amazing food snob, so you know you're gonna eat well.
At the end of your food tour, I would spend some time right here on the hill. You can get a sketch done by an artist in Place du Terre, listen to some music on the steps of the Sacré-Cœur, visit the Basilica of the stunning church. There is no entrance fee here, but you'll probably have to wait in line, and there'll likely be people playing live music or other performers to entertain you while you wait. Now, for a small fee, you can climb the stairs up to the top of the dome for an extraordinary view of the city. The view from the top of the church right here is really worth it.
Now, before we talk about wrapping up your last night in Paris, I'm going to offer an alternative day, and that is a perfect day at the Palace of Versailles. For this perfect day, I would get up and get an early start because Versailles is about 45 minutes outside of Paris by train, specifically the RERC. And from there, it's about a 10-minute walk to the palace, but the path is pretty clearly marked. Of course, this is a popular attraction and it gets super crowded. You definitely need to buy a timestamp ticket in advance. During the high season from May to September, Versailles is packed. It's possible to download a free audio guide and listen on your own headphones if you can figure out the instructions on the Versailles website, but I haven't been able to figure them out yet. This is definitely a place where it's worth paying for a guided tour. There's so much history and art and amazing things in Versailles that having a professional guide walk you around and describe what you're seeing is a really good idea. A guided visit will take you anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, and then you'll want to visit the gardens, which will be at least another hour or two. And of course, you'll want to visit the Petit Trianon, which is Marie Antoinette's much smaller palace. Suffice to say that you'll be in Versailles for at least 5 to 6 hours, not including getting there and coming back. There are lakeside restaurant options there for lunch, and you'll want to have a reservation for those. And this is another place where a guide can help. Spending the day in royal surroundings is an excellent thing to do in Paris, and I wouldn't schedule anything else but a nice dinner on that day.
For the last night in Paris, I would probably schedule some downtime before heading out to dinner. Maybe take a night and organize your packing. But for dinner, I'd want to do something nice to recap my visit. A place with a spectacular view of the Eiffel Tower all lit up and sparkling would be nice. Some great places to do that are the upscale dinner cruise on Le Calife or Le Ciel de Paris on top of the Montparnasse Tower. Or you could choose a nice Michelin restaurant like Joël Robuchon, or find a cafe in a special area you really like. Maybe even a show at the Moulin Rouge. We have videos featuring fine dining restaurants and many local restaurants. We even have one with backstage access to the Moulin Rouge. Check them out to get ideas for how you want to wrap up your 3 days in Paris.
Now, in this video, you learned how to build a perfect itinerary for 3 days, but in these 2 videos, we'll show you what it's like to build a 3-day itinerary for a family of 4 or a romantic getaway where we were celebrating. And you'll see some things in those 2 videos that we didn't show you here.